Season 2 of Flow Along with your host, Christina Steed. Today we're going to be talking about public relations and journalists versus influencers and bloggers. So when I always think about this topic, I think about maybe I would say about 6 years ago, I was on a press junket and we had our journalists, our traditional journalists, print, radio, and we had our emerging bloggers who were at the time just blogging, but then, we're now have evolved to like video and being influencers. And there was a little bit of beef between these folks in terms of like who owned what type of content and who should be more valid over another one. And it's just been interesting to kind of see the evolution given social media, how influencers, they definitely have their own spheres of influencers. Sometimes they have more followership than a lot of the traditional publications out here. But I think we need to think about this from a blend of what's old, what's great about old, and what's great about new, right? So social is definitely important, but that third-party endorsement, data and research continues to show us from news outlets is still important and really has an impact on the consumer. So from our standpoint, we have to redefine the communications playbook. We have to look at the importance of influencers, and based on the goal of the brand, does it make sense to have an influencer campaign to underpin what you're doing from a social standpoint, or do you want to just communicate your message through media outlets? A great example of how a brand is using influencers, both macro, micro, is Fashion Nova. They've blown up over the past couple of years in terms of their leveraging use of the Kardashian brand and Cardi B, but then also micro influencers who really just want to get some free clothes. So the impact of this influencer and like culture has also been something for us to consider. We're winding down Mental Health Awareness Month in May, and Instagram is thinking about doing away with the likes and seeing how that's going to go. And while I think influencers really rely on their likes to be able to monetize their platforms, this is going to be something for us to watch from a brand standpoint and how we partner with different influencers. But influencers overall, they really help to shape the zeitgeist, and they provide an opportunity for more diverse voices to be out there in the marketplace, because we know we definitely struggle in terms of having diversity within the media space. There's a reduction of filters and barriers, so whether you like it or not, people are saying what they want on social media, and you're getting these really robust conversations. So as PR folks, we need to look at this from how do we be nimble in an industry that's continuing to evolve, right? It's still about relationships. It's still about knowing your media. It's still about developing those relationships with those influencers who may just really like your brand and want to be able to share that information out there. A good story is a good story. So whether you're telling that story through social, you're trying to get that right pitch to that media, think about the mediability of what you're trying to convey. And it might not be that big publication that you're looking for. You're trying to get some groundswell with other smaller outlets or other smaller channels that have great engagement. And then we got to maximize those niche audiences and really get at that target audience. So that's it for this episode of Flow Along with Christina Steed. If you have any feedback or tell us about what you're doing to remain nimble in the marketplace, I'm at CC Steed, and of course #ExploreFCG. Bye.